What if I told you in the next 8 minutes you could have a luscious gourmet meal on the table like that? Even if you've had a really, really, really long day at work and you just don't want to cook, this dish is so luscious and so fast that it's going to be a regular weekly dish in your house. The dish is chicken piccata with wine and capers and saffron and fresh steamed broccoli. Let's get right to it because we have like 7 minutes left. The first thing you want to do is heat up the pan. But heating up the pan is like the secret to really excellent restaurant cooking. You want it really, really hot. It just browns the food much better and it doesn't soak up all the oil. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to get the broccoli going right away because this dish is so fast that by the time this steams, dinner's going to be on the table. Now, if you prefer to steam this on the stove with water, that's fine. But otherwise, actually, this is just fresh broccoli with about a half a cup of water. And you just want to set it for 7 minutes. So, let's see, 7, and just let that go. Okay, we need chicken. I have 2 different kinds of chicken. I have chicken scallopini, and I have chicken breast. I'm going to explain to you why I have both. Now, one of the reasons why this dish is so incredibly fast is because the chicken is so thin you can cook it like in a minute and a half per side and it's done. What it is, it's just really thin. So it just cooks incredibly fast. Also, this dish is the exact same recipe for veal scallopini. It's also really good with shrimp if you want to use shrimp. Now, if you want to save some money, about $3 less a pound, you want to just buy a boneless chicken breast, but you want to pound it to about 1/4 inch thick. Let me show you how to do that. You just take some wax paper. I'm going to put just a sheet down on a nice board. You want to just take a chicken breast and cover it with another sheet of wax paper. Now, you want to pound this flat. But if you're like me, I do not own every groovy cooking gadget on the planet, don't have the room for it. I use this. This is my favorite tool. You can use anything. Another really good thing is cast iron skillets. Anyway, pound it 1/4 inch thick. Let me show you how to do that. It's really cathartic. Really good if you had a bad day. You just want it to be even. And you want to check it and say, like over here, it's like a little bit thick. So I'm going to pound right here again. And that is all ready to go. Now, I'm actually going to use the scallopini because it's prettier. The edges aren't as ratty. So what you do is you want to dredge this in flour. Dredging in flour just means dust with flour. You could put it on a board. I really prefer to do it in a bag. You get a much more even flour distribution. So you take about a half a cup of flour for 2 to 4 chicken breasts. Actually, that's a little bit light. There you go. And you just take a chicken breast. But you can do 2 at a time. There won't be any problem with that. What you want to do is just hold it and just shake it. And that's all you got to do. Straight to the pan. That pan is nice and smoking hot. Now what you want to do is you want to put 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of flour. Now the reason why you want both is because the butter has that wonderful luscious taste, but it burns. It's at a really low burn temperature. So a tablespoon of olive oil. You can also use canola or vegetable oil if you don't have olive oil. Makes it so that you can get it really, really hot. All right, just give it a swirl. Take the chicken out. What you want to do is you want to just shake it to get off the excess flour and just lay that, I got 2 at once. And just lay it just flat in the pan. What makes this piccata is lemon and butter. Actually, lemon and wine and butter. I'm going to take a lemon. Now this dish will cut for 2 to 4 chicken breasts will be 1 tablespoon of lemon to about 1/3 cup of wine. Now, do use fresh lemon juice, okay? Don't buy the stuff in a bottle. It takes, 3 seconds to get a tablespoon of juice out. It's got a much fresher flavor, so use that. So there's your lemon. And I'm just gonna go ahead and measure that. This you want to be more specific with. You don't want too much or too little. So you just put in a tablespoon of lemon juice. Just put that right in. And then you want about 1/3 cup of wine. Now, I'm using a nice Chardonnay. The only thing you have to worry about, this is 1/3 cup. The only thing you have to worry about is don't cook with a wine you wouldn't drink. Cooking wine, do not buy it. It's nasty. It's bad wine with salt. Buy real wine. Now what makes this dish extra special is I put in saffron. Now saffron comes like in a bottle, and there's like a little wax paper that keeps it moist, but I have special saffron. A really dear friend of mine who I was visiting in New Jersey last weekend had these beautiful crocuses blooming in the fall, which I was very confused about because crocuses don't bloom in fall, but saffron crocuses do. Saffron is actually the stamen, the little thing that sticks up in the crocuses. And inside these beautiful lavender crocuses are that's saffron. What saffron does, you want to do like a small pinch in this dish, is you take it and you just want to crumble it in your hand like that, and it gives the dish this beautiful buttery color and this rich, luscious flavor. So go ahead and get some saffron. And also you want to do a tablespoon of capers, which are actually little pickled flower buds if you don't know what capers are. And you want to put in a tablespoon of those. And what we have to do now is just flip it over. Whoops, and without splashing. Want to just get that, you see that beautiful color that that's getting? This is going to be ready in like 1 minute. Oh, the last thing you want to do, it's really nice to put in a little fresh parsley. You can use dried parsley if you want, but fresh is really better. Now instead of, just snip a little fresh thing off, instead of chopping it on a board, I really prefer to just use my second favorite tool, which is the kitchen scissors, and just snip it right in. That's all there is to it. It's really easy. It's much faster. You get a much finer chop. And everything's ready. We're done. How's that? That's done. I need mitts. That's hot. Actually, so you just take out the broccoli. I'm going to get a really pretty plate out. When you're serving this for people, it's really nice to just do a really pretty presentation. I've got these really pretty plates. I'm going to that's ready. I'm going to turn that off. Get a pretty plate. And that's very hot. And take a really beautiful piece of broccoli. See that gorgeous color? Microwaves are super for retaining the color of vegetables. And that's ready. So you want to take, do you see that incredible color the saffron gives this? It's so beautiful. You just give that a swirl. And just pour that right over. And it's really nice actually to get a little on the broccoli. The lemon and the butter and the capers works really well. Just sort of spread that out. That's it. Real time, nothing pre-chopped, nothing pre-measured. Really, really good. Make this dish. See you next time on Real Time Cooking.